Alright, it's time we had a little chat about Dead by Daylight's forgotten foes. You know the ones, the killers that you haven't seen for literally months or maybe even years. Better yet, they're probably the ones you will see in the middle of the night when someone's doing random archive challenges from many years ago. Yeah, I'm talking about those guys. I spent the last few episodes digging through the fog, revisiting these unloved weirdos, and it turns out some of them might deserve their graveyard placement, whereas others, well, maybe we've been a bit too harsh. So today, we're ranking them from completely forgotten to completely misunderstood. And yes, where I play Skull Merchant might ruffle a few feathers, but no, I won't apologise. We've been taking some bite-sized deep dives over the past couple of weeks, looking at the Hag, Demogorgon, the Twins, Skull Merchant, and the Artist, who are all the consistently least picked killers on Dead by Daylight. And we've been looking at why nobody's picking them, what makes them good or not, and whether the community is actually sleeping on them. Funnily enough, when we did the deep dives, we actually found that patterns started to emerge. All of these killers are map control focused, but their powers appear to be clunky. A lot of them have very high skill floors and very low forgiveness levels, and there's no real backup plan when their powers are completely countered. It's like behavior has made an entire category of killers designed to be frustratingly close to greatness, but not quite there. So in today's video, we are ranking these killers from completely forgotten to completely misunderstood. Are they completely abandoned, or are they criminally slept on? Let's find out. Starting us off at number 5 and completely forgotten, we have Lisa Sherwood, also known as the Hag. She was that bitch back in year 1. People used to trip over her traps she placed and panic as she zipped across the map. But now, survivors don't even flinch. Her traps are so easy to erase, it's laughable. One quick crouch or swipe it away, and it's gone. And when you take away her teleport, what's left? A short, slightly grumpy N1 killer who moves like she's had a very long week. The problem is, Dead by Daylight has evolved over the years. The meta has sped up, anti-loop techs have improved, and Hag has just stayed behind. If behavior gave her a way to make her traps harder to clear, or making cleansing them much higher of a risk, she'd probably climb straight back up that food chain. But for now, she's in the basement of killer pick rates, and it's kind of understood, which is why she's earned her place at number 5 as completely forgotten. Coming in closely at number 4, we have the Demogorgon. Demo's one of the coolest looking killers in the game, hands down. The Stranger Things tie-in and acquiring that license in general, iconic. His portal system offers insane map pressure in theory, and his shred can absolutely flatten survivors in any chase. The issue? Good survivors know exactly how he's going to play and how to counter him. His portals do not have a recycle system like any other trap-based killer, and his shred is just a slightly better vault animation. And one of the biggest time wasters, after every move he does, he loves his showboat and just absolutely go crazy about the fact he's done something. I absolutely love him, but the skill floor is far too high, his counters are too obvious, and although it hurts me to say, until behavior buffs or tweaks him, he stays at number 4 in the forgotten to misunderstood scale. And taking us to the midway point at number 3 is the Twins. Twins should have been an absolute game changer. Controlling 2 characters, that is bold, inventive design. Victor is terrifying, and Charlotte can hold down areas of a map fantastically. In practice, it's clunky, brutal, and absolutely punishing to play. One mistake and your whole game is set back. The disconnect between Victor and Charlotte's movement slows you down. You lose pressure fast if survivors know what they're doing. And while in the right hands, they can be an absolute menace, most players don't have the patience to suffer through the trial and error needed to master this killer. They aren't as consistently hopeless as Hag or Demo, but they're not thriving either. They're awkward middle children, kind of forgotten, kind of misunderstood. They just kind of stay there in limbo. And that's why they have earned number 3 on today's scale. At number 2, we have Adriana Mai, the Skull Merchant. Yes, her launch was awful. She was overpowered, and her old playstyle was oppressive, and nobody liked playing against her. I get it, and I agree. But here's a problem. Even after behavior reworked her, gave her new add-ons, new strats, and a whole new way to play her, which made her genuinely interesting, but people stuck to the old hate bandwagon. The truth? The Skull Merchant isn't overpowered. She's strategic, rewards very smart plays, and can create really tense, well-paced matches. Survivors just didn't want to learn how to counter her new kit, and they wrote her off and never looked back. Which is a shame, because if people dropped the grudge, they'd realize she's not only viable, but she's fun. I genuinely believe that Skull Merchant is completely misunderstood, and she deserves a little bit better. which is why she's placed at number 2 in today's scale. And closing off the list at number 1 is the Artist. Now this one genuinely baffles me. Artist has everything a killer needs to succeed in Dead by Daylight. Solid map control, anti-loot capabilities, strong chase potential, and high versatility, and yet barely anyone plays her. Her power has a high skill ceiling, absolutely, but the difference is she has a payoff. If survivors snuff Hag's traps or remove Demo's portal, their whole plan will fall apart. Artist, she shrugs it off and she can adapt to a new strategy on the fly. She can cut loops, zone survivors, pressure unhook areas, and if you learn how to properly use her crows mid-chase, she's lethal. Unlike twins who constantly punish you for mistakes, Artist encourages trial and error without setting you too far back when you are within your matches. She's the type of killer worth putting hours into because the payoff is immediate once you click with her. A totally misunderstood powerhouse waiting for a community redemption arc, which is why she has deserved the rightful place at number 1. And there we have it. That is the scale of completely forgotten to completely misunderstood. But don't worry, the series is not stopping here. Next up, I will be taking a slight pivot with this series and looking at those killers who aren't quite forgotten, but still get way less love than they deserve. So if your main is underpicked and you haven't seen their episodes yet, keep your eye open because you might just be seeing them over the next couple of weeks. So what do you think of my ratings? Are they fair? Do you think that other killers belong in different places? Let me know down in the comments. I'm only just getting started with this series, and I started it to open the debate about why these killers are the least picked. So I genuinely look forward to hearing your thoughts in the comments down below. If you've enjoyed today's video, make sure you give it a big thumbs up. It really does help me out, and make sure you hit that subscribe button to catch future episodes of Forgotten Foes of the Fog. Until next time, I will see you then.